photography and ice hockey. I've never shot ice hockey, so come with me and let's tackle it together. First things first, all the preparation that you're going to do for shooting a new sport is before you even get to the venue. So let's rewind a little bit and go check out what I do before I even arrive. I pretty much just jump online and the first place I go to is Getty Images. So Stanley Cup's just finished and I've just typed in Stanley Cup 2025 and just having a look at all the images coming up. Obviously, the first thing that I'm noticing is a lot of celebration shots, a lot of moment shots. From an action point of view, it's very, you want to capture the face, the puck on the stick or very close to the stick. What I find really interesting is that obviously the height, you're much higher than you normally are for other sports. Most sports you can kind of get down really low. So yeah, that's kind of the first place that I look is Getty Images. The other thing that I've noticed is there's not a lot of goal photos. It's kind of the celebration shots after. So I don't know if that's about positioning or if that's just kind of hockey is so fast that you can't capture it. We'll soon find out. The second thing I do is get onto kind of the local photographers who shoots what. There's a guy called Phil Taylor. He is the head of ice hockey photo in Australia. So I'll jump on his Instagram and just have a bit of a scroll through and have a look at some of the images that kind of he posts. What this does is gives me an idea of lighting conditions, but then also the moments. Say you shoot surfing, there's parts of the board that should be the way it should be, and only kind of the guys that are in that the whole time know that sort of stuff. So it's really important to kind of clue in on that. Final stop for me will be Cass. She's a local Thunder photographer. The things that I'm already seeing is that it's going to be really, really dark in there. But yeah, it gives me a really good idea of kind of the shots to look for, while shooting, and it can be a 5 or 10 minute exercise, and I can get a really good gauge of what I need to shoot. So we're back at the venue. We're at Perth Ice Arena in Malaga. So the first thing I kind of do is just start to scout locations and have a look at what we do. Number one thing that I've seen already, come with me, is how disgusting these are. There's no chance you're going to shoot through these, which is actually pretty limiting of what you can do, right? So, you look about ice hockey is you can't get low because you've got these, these sides. So you're always shooting at a higher angle, and you kind of want to be able to shoot through glass or an opening rather than shoot over the top all the time. So that's going to limit you in the first place, but we can go around and have a look at a couple locations. There's a few stairs locations up there that are high at the end. You can shoot over here. Luckily I'm tall, I'm 6'3", so it's actually handy that I can sort of be on my tippy toes and stand and shoot a little bit. And then I think there's a spot down this other end of the bench that we might be able to have a look at. There's a little spot that you might be able to just kind of stand here and get a few images. That's probably the lowest that you're going to be able to get to is under there. But we'll see kind of what plays out. And check out all this ice here. You don't want to be running through here and slip over with all your gear. So definitely be careful. You got to be wary of paying punters. I think it's really important. But for me, I think somewhere up here is going to be really good for panning. All right, probably one of the last spots that I'm going to look to shoot here. But if you spin around, there is a beautiful net there. So we'll see if we can shoot through that, especially maybe with the 300mm. So I think that's probably the only thing that you can kind of really do here is that really long lens. As soon as you go wide, you're not going to get things. Just testing, looking at opportunities. That's actually quite a new little piece, but a lot of these are really dirty. But even on the dirty ones, it's pretty bit not glary, but just murky, I guess is probably a good way to put it. Let's talk about gear for a minute. R5, R1. I'll have 85mm and a 135mm, and I will probably shoot a fair bit of the day on this little baby, which is going to be a fantastic lens for something like this. The 100 to 300 2.8. I think a lot of people would shoot this on a 70 to 200, and just to have that extra 100mm is going to be really, really good. So, what's that, Jasper? You're cold. Do you want me to go get you another jumper?
Yeah,
That's all right. All right, come on, mate. Let's go get you another jumper. All right, we're outside because Jasper was cold and he needed a jumper, but we bumped into Cass, who is the boss lady here at Thunder, and Cass has hooked us up for the game, which is pretty cool, so thank you, Cass.
You're welcome.
And the other thing as well is that Cass has taken us around the arena and showed us kind of all the good spots. So number one tip for you is be nice to other photographers, firstly. And secondly, talk to them and see what the go is, because a lot of good info comes from that.
Correct.
Anyway, go follow Cass. I'll put a link in the YouTube, so you'll see some more ice hockey stuff. So we met Cass, and she just mentioned to me it would be great for me to file some images just throughout the game a little bit, not a great deal. There was no intention to do that beforehand, but I just help out. I think it's a good thing. And luckily, I always come prepared, so I brought my laptop. And I'm just setting up some file systems now, so I can just pop it in sort of halfway through and do a quick edit on a few. And as I go around, I'll rate images, and then as I put them in, I'll just select those ones and do the quick edit. I don't need to do a whole lot, just a couple of heroes, which is kind of cool. But yeah, it's about staying nimble and providing a solution for people that have been trying to figure out a really good way to mount a GoPro to my 300mm. So we'll see if this works. Yeah, so that's probably not going to work. On to the next idea. If anyone's got a good idea, I was hoping for like a clip to put on the end here. That'd be pretty cool. Hopefully they come out on the ice soon, because I would like a moment just to get everything calibrated. All my gear's sorted, R5 with the 85 and the R1 with the 1-3. And yeah, we'll get moving. Let's do it. Can't get any low shots, so I was thinking when they come out to warm up, I can just hang over and get a low shot real quick. So I've just come up the top. I think it might be the best spot to start. You just kind of get your bearings about everything as well, so.
So you're attaching in front of the barriers.
So I was up the top and did a lot of panning stuff. Just come back down now. Sort of, I guess, ringside. So we'll see what we can get. I think for me right now, this is the best spot. So I've got my little stool here, standing above the glass. Just kind of can get a clear shot, basically. Period done. Hectic is probably a good way to describe that. Is hectic. So much going on, so ferocious, going up and down so fast. I kind of found it, trying to pick his shots. There's not a lot of cut in the middle, it's all around the edges. And when it's around the edges, all you get is like background, from the glass. Okay, so we're just gonna go try shoot through some glass. Cass sent me a photo and it says I look like a giant. So I was just having a little laugh. How much you burn of a quarter or a period to get a certain shot? Right now I've burned a fair bit of this period trying to get this shot, but I guess if you get it, it makes it worthwhile. If you don't, then you're a bit screwed, aren't you? 2 periods down, 1 to go. Let's see what third period has in store for us. So because it's quite long in between periods, I actually have downloaded on my laptop and just having a little look through to learn, see what worked, what didn't work. Like I went to go shoot through the glass and everything was really blurry. So I think it might have been because the glass was curved, in the curved part of it, which is new, right? That's something pretty interesting I've never had to figure out. So I'm really focusing on like shooting at 300mm, trying to get like as much tight stuff details, I guess. So let's see how we go here. you know, the skaters, the athletes are going to be, you know, going really fast straight down the middle. You know, a really nice pan would probably be pretty cool. Here's the big dog coming, look at him. Yeah, took way too many photos today, but I think you do that when you shoot a sport for the first time. It's okay to overshoot because you're not sure what to do a lot of the time. And then I think the real goal is to go and check it out now and learn from what you've done and what you haven't done. Hopefully you have enough there that's going to, you know, be good enough for the client. But yeah, make sure you reflect on what you've done.